don't recommend that, but I would take it from there because I need to speak to that person. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I need my food to be able to speak to that person.
Yeah, the person that's usually buying their muffins.
The really, really refined stuff.
Fight the safe
I'm going to go fight the safe way. People, I stand in front of the baked goods section and I'm like, all right.
You're like, come out here.
What muffin you want? You really want that muffin? You got to get through me to get to that muffin.
I love it. But okay, so you've approached it all from the person that probably doesn't take anything or any like regard or thought into what they're buying from your regular grocer, all the way to our local, food courts and things of that nature. So you kind of peppered it all, getting an experience or a wide variety of all of them.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, again, I would prefer if people cooked for themselves. That's just not the world that we live in.
No.
And so it's meeting people with where they're at. People, more times than not, dine out at restaurants. And so how can we revolutionize the restaurant industry where chefs are health practitioners, whether they like it or not. When I create a menu, when with the help of my chefs, when I do an order form, I am prescribing you. It's like a prescription. And so I would love to
prescribe me some of that fried chicken you talked about.
Exactly. Well, there's some protein in there, but so my thing is I would love to have restaurants get on the same page of really taking responsibility for who they're serving. And the longevity of that for that person, because that person's no longer coming in for a special occasion. They're coming in daily, meaning you are feeding them daily. That's a massive responsibility. You have their life in your hands. And so if restaurants just slow down, and I understand food costs, but there are ways that you can go around it while you source locally, support your local farmers as much as you can. You get clean ingredients. You create dishes that are serving the person that's coming in. And just kind of look at your menu and your experience through that lens. You can have a sexy environment. You can have a killer, kick-ass menu, but really just paying attention to the quality of ingredients and the nutritional balance in every dish.
I love it. And one word that you use, and I feel like oftentimes people just kind of scoff at the word, but sexy. Food is brutally sexy.
Oh, hell yeah.
It is so...
It's a love affair.
I get turned on all the time by food.
Dude, I'm literally on the third day of our cleanse, and I don't have any food, and I feel like I've been broken up with. Well, I feel like I've been like...
You walk in, you're like,
relationship.
And you're like, fuck this, but I feel much better than days 1 and 2. What kind of cleanse are you on?
Day 1, so Nurture offers a year-round cleanse. You can do it for 1 day, 3 days, 5 days. I usually go for 7. This one I'm going for 5 because I've got plans on the weekends. But what it is you have a juice in the morning, you have a smoothie, then you have a soup, then you have 2 juices in the afternoon, and then either a chicken bone broth or an umami broth at night.
Umami broth sounds good.
I know, the umami broth is bomb, dude. But so I am trying a new version where we take out the smoothie, and so I'm doing 2 juices in the morning, a soup in the afternoon, a juice, and then a broth at night. And day 1, like I said this before, everyone just was so stupid to me. Like IQs were down, and I was just like, I can't even talk to you. And then day 2, it kicked into like me being more introspective and being like, the joy in my life, exactly, like maybe I really felt like the walls had come down, and I realized everybody around me is absolutely ridiculous. But I'm like, and then day 2, I became really introspective and was like, oh my God, the amount of joy in my life, there's a huge percentage of that comes from food. What am I doing in life? Like, I need to go get a hobby. And like, so it became that.
It was the juice that made you think this way.
It was a lack of nutrition. But like you're saying, but I knew on day 3, that's when it all kicks in, and I feel so calm, and I feel like I'm actually like in my skin, and I can think clearer, and I do have more patience, and I feel more present. And that's what this cleanse does. I mean, people do it. Yes, you will lose weight. Yes, your skin will probably clear up. You could figure out what in your diet is not working for you, which is why I recommend at least 5 days. But it's that energy, and it's just that brain power and that the introspection that I find every single time I do this cleanse that changes my outlook on who I am, my life, and I feel like a little bit like I'm walking in somebody else's life. And I'm seeing decisions that I've made that I'm not exactly behind. And I'm only through like clearing out my system. And again, like I was saying earlier in the conversations, that we're so inundated by these chemicals and preservatives that it's fucking with your brain chemistry.
So
and
when you're off of them, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God, my life, I gotta go. Yeah, but it's so, even with my diet, which is clean, there could be things in that aren't serving me, and I could be getting too much food where all of my energy is going to my digestive system rather than other functions and processes in my body that can allow me to operate at my optimal self. So I feel like my brain is getting more power that's not normally going to my digestive system. I'm getting it in my brain and my nerves, and I'm having to move slower because I don't have as much energy, except for today I feel it a little bit more, but I'm slowing down naturally. And it's just amazing.
You're more methodical in your actions and thought rather than like, okay, I'm just going to the next thing. Like your body doesn't have that energy to just push through to the next thing. You're kind of just more precise. And
yeah. Or that
okay, I'm kind of on this now.
You should. I'm telling you, day 1 and 2, it's a bitch. Like you're just gonna want to cut a bitch. Like you are just like, I was so aggressive yesterday, and I had to stop myself and admit it to the girls up front. I was like, oh my God,
like
you guys.
When you stop smoking is what this sounds
like.
like.
Exactly that. Because your body is like. Again, it's a relationship. You're like breaking up and you're just like moody and you're like, what is wrong with everybody? And you just don't want to be around anyone. And then you realize like on day 3, when all of that gets cleared out of your system, you're able to just be with your body without being affected by food.
That's fucking interesting. And I'm super glad we didn't do this episode on day 1 because as someone who has very low IQ'd, you'd be like, this is the dumbest fucking podcast.
I would have been like, let me interview you, okay?
Well, you already asked my favorite question of the day earlier today. So, I mean, we'll get into that. But no, that's a great outlook. And you almost sold me on it.
Almost? What's the push point?
Those first 2 days.
I'm telling you, you can get to the 3rd and it is worth it. It's like doing a really, really tough workout to feel that like,
yeah,
it's
like
the same thing.
dopamine.
It's totally and always worth it.
Okay.
Always.
And so if someone wanted, let's just say, maybe for Wellness Week next week, I did this nurture cleanse.
Oh,
it's just an idea. We're not there yet. But
I support you.
What does this run and what's the process? Do we come in and buy all of it at once and we have it 4 or 5 days? How does this work as someone that's never done a cleanse?
You can order, if you go to the Nurture website and hit the cafe bar restaurant, there's a sign that says sign up for the cleanse. And you go to that page and you can sign up for either a 1-day, a 3-day. And if you sign up for the 1 and 3, then we can either deliver it to you if you live within the area, or you can pick it up just once. If you sign up for a 5 to 7 or even longer, then it would be 2 deliveries or pickups.
Okay.
Because we want to make sure you have fresh.
So fresh that even for day 4, you're eating fresh gazpacho in the morning?
Sure. No. It's you start off with the onyx, which is basically
the one I was drinking earlier, the black one.
It's got the charcoal in it, lemon, raw locally sourced honey, lavender, ginger, and so it really is like a really nice tart kind of lemonade taste. And then you did the smoothie, right?
I haven't today. I'm not going to do it in the last day.
Okay. You're doing the new cleanse.
Yeah.
So you either will get a smoothie, which could be our clean and green, which is mostly greens, the root to rise, which is very citrusy, carrots, turmeric, ginger.
It tastes like an orange creamsicle. It's delightful.
Exactly. Or you get the blue pearl, which is blue magic, which is a sea vegetable, and it's jicama and banana and green apple and
celery.
So it's not one of those ones that you're just having to like muster down. You actually have a little flavor to it, or are they?
Oh yeah.
It's so yummy.
Let me tell you,
when I look forward to it.
Yes. I mean, that's the thing with our food
flavor.
too. Is like number one is like, does this taste delicious? That's with anything.
You have like fat kid on the inside.
Oh yeah.
Like, we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it this.
That's such a great way to put it. I've never had anyone say that, but that's exactly what it is. Where I'm like, this has to be so fucking delicious. Like, I want to like drive across town for this. Number one. Number two is how many nutrients can I get out of the plate?
Yeah. Like, let's see if we can sprinkle in a little bit more health.
Just throw some kale on that. Call it a day. Throw some kale on the burger.
It's like the truffle oil of, everyone's like, oh, do you want truffle oil on insert whatever fucking food?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what you do with kale. You're like, we could sprinkle some shitty vegetable on top of this.
Some kale on that ice cream, good.
You switch that up to spinach and you got me.
There you go. Same thing, really.
Okay. All right.
There's slight differences.
I think I'm I may try it.
I think you should, and I will support you 100%.
I think it's more about, like, the reason why I like to cleanse, obviously, all of the things that Beth discussed in terms of, like, the amount of introspection that it invites, because obviously the mental space and clarity that you have. But it's also the challenge, like to be able to be really in control of the decisions that you're making, and to be, that deliberate with the things that you're choosing to consume. And in this case, may it be food, is really empowering. It's incredibly empowering. And it's like, okay, well, if I can, be this discerning with the things that for me, and I can just say it like today on a cleanse or any day, like food brings me so much joy. And it's not just the eating. Like I love going to the grocery store and picking out like the best this or that, or the farmer's market. Like it's an experience. I love, flipping through a cookbook and being like, that's the one, and reading the recipe. Like it's a practice. Like, and I love it. And same thing with going to a restaurant. Like I love seeing the way everything is laid out, and the menu and how it's oriented. Like I love it. And it's like, I have a restaurant, but I love it. And it's the same thing with this cleanse, where it's like, you have this opportunity to be like, wow, like, the control piece for me, because so often I'm just like grabbing for things and I'm not actually hungry. It's something else. And that's something like one of the many things I've learned from Beth is it's actually not that. Like I may actually be tired, or I might be fucking bored, or I might be avoiding something that I don't want to do.
That's what it is for me, is like the boredom or like the stonerisms. It's
yeah.
Like, am I just grabbing something to grab it?
Yeah.
Like I'll check the refrigerator 4 times, and it's not like things are appearing.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I guess I'm hungry or something like that. But if you can kind of have your body take control of that mindset.
Well, and it's a reset. Like I've had, because they're so good, and I will return to these habits because this is my life. But those damn cakes, they're so good. And it's like, I get a slice a day. It's like, we all have our thing. May it be sex or cigarettes. Like I need cake. Not the cigarettes, but I need all those things. And so it's just like it's just a nice reset where you get to be just more in control. And I think like the more control we have over the things we can control, like it's really empowering. And it's cool to be like, no, I don't need that. And then you realize how good and like fully embodied and alive you feel, that you want to continue to nourish and serve those practices. So you're going to make different choices, and you continue to fuel those habits, and then it becomes a lifestyle. And then all of a sudden, like, you're glowing like that woman over there.
All right, back at you, girlfriend.
Well, neither of y'all said I'm glowing, so I think
you are
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump on. Since next week is Nurture Week, health and wellness is going to be our episodes and campaigning. I think it may be, fruitful for the social media to be like, all right, these girls have gotten me convinced that
you're going to do it.
What do you think he needs to do, Beth? 3 days, 5 days?
I'm going to do 5.
You should do 5.
And then Friday night, I'll go to like maybe a sushi dinner as my first meal back.
Yeah, the reintegration.
You want to go real slow with the integration.
Do like this. Do the sashimi.
But you need to set yourself up and just tell yourself that day 1 and day 2 are just going to be challenging. But when you hit day 3, you will be fine.
So don't record. Oh, I have to record.
No, record it.
You do.
You need an outlet.
I have an episode. Someone's like, you're a real pill today.
I guess I am.
You should really record it though, because it helped me even with like being here to be able to just be like, oh my God, you guys, I'm super aggressive. Like I'm going to fight someone. And just even saying that diffused the energy. So if you record or podcast, it'll help you. I'm telling you to just tell people what is going on with you.
I'm in, and I'm gonna come back after the week and be like, not only did I lose all that Popeyes weight that I've been.
Oh please,
where, buddy? Where?
It's all skinny fat.
Here.
It's all skinny fat. These little love handles I gotta get rid of, and then I gotta get into the yoga studios and on the rowing machine again.
Yeah,
but, the good old days. But I live behind a Popeyes, so that's why I joke.
Oh,
the one on. And so it smells like chicken in my apartment.
That's
man.
hard. That's hard. And then, but then I would get sick of it. After a while, I would get sick of it. I'd be like, oh my God.
Well, I mean, yesterday I was trying to find something after overindulging on Monday night for the home run derby.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I need something to make me feel better.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've had Popeyes a little too much.
Yeah.
I should have gone into the cleanse, but instead I went into the illegal Pete's. But I was dissatisfied with it. It was very underwhelming. So
I hate when that happens.
I
hate when you wasted a meal.
So did I just hear that? Yeah. You're doing it.
I'm doing it.
Okay, everybody hear that?
So
He's
those
locked
that
in.
hear this episode, this is day 4. I'll be on day 4 by the time they listen to it.
Okay.
So they'll know that I'm doing it, but they'll hear the rationale through this episode of why I did it.
This is exciting.
Thanks.
I'm so excited for you.
The health and wellness. Y'all have me.
We
Y'all
got
hooked
you.
me
We
in
got
this
you.
episode.
Yeah.
So I'll buy a 5-day
Yeah.
cleanse.
Yeah. I really
We'll hook you up.
advise.
Oh, deal.
Yeah.
I was gonna
We'll
buy
hook you
it.
up.
I'll still buy it.
And I really advise you to like really take some time with yourself. Like really just take some time with yourself.
Okay.
during
And so
that
I'm
cleanse.
going to have to ask
Okay.
you some questions.
Absolutely.
Where do
I will
you
be
smoke
available.
Weed?
Do I smoke weed? I eat it. I can't
I
smoke
knew
it. It
it.
hurts.
I
Yeah.
knew she was gonna say
It
that.
hurts. It hurts.